everyone, and welcome to the kitchen. I'm Chef Bryan and we're cooking fresh with Green Giant today. I'm going to show you how to do a very simple Italian dish called gnocchi. Very simple ingredients, so let's get started. Gnocchi is an Italian type of a pasta, but it's kind of an unusual pasta because it uses potato in it. And today we're going to be using the Klondike Gourmet Potato. It's a potato that looks just like this, and we've already boiled them up, and they've lost a little bit of color, which is to be expected. So what you want to do is to make sure that the potato is still warm. This helps in the mixing process of pulling everything together. It's as easy as this. We're going to take a little bit of flour. And what I like to do is to create a well in the center of that flour. We're going to crack an egg into it, and whenever you crack an egg, be sure that you crack it on a flat surface so that you don't push any type of eggshell up into the egg. That could be a potential contamination of salmonella, which you don't want. So there's our egg. To this now we're going to add some of the potatoes. Now I have just a potato ricer here. You've probably seen one of these at your grandmother's house, perhaps. You can buy them at most local stores that have specialty food products such as this. And all we're going to do is just press it through, and we're going to get this beautiful riced potato. And this is even more fun because the flesh of this potato is a golden color, and so it's going to really offset the gnocchi. Once you get your potato all mashed up into there, you could use a ricer if you wanted to, or if you have some leftover mashed potatoes from dinner perhaps, another great way to use your Klondike Gourmet Potato. We're going to mix all this together with a little bit of salt and a little bit of white pepper. Now the reason why I want to use white pepper in this dish is to prevent those black specks. Somebody may see it and think it's dirt, when in actuality, of course, it's not. It's pepper. Just mix that together. At this point, if you wanted to, you could add in herbs of various kinds, depending on what you have out in your herb garden, perhaps. Just simply knead that together until it all pulls together. Now, if you have a little bit of flour that's still residual in the bowl, don't worry, because we'll use that on our work surface as we're rolling this out. Now, you don't need to necessarily peel your potato on this. I normally, when I do mashed potatoes or anything like that, I just leave the peel on it. And especially with these, the peel is so skinny or thin, it doesn't really matter on it. So once you get all of that kneaded together, let's move over to our work surface here. I'm going to take some of that residual flour that's in the bowl and just kind of sprinkle down here on our work surface. We're going to bring this out. I'm just going to knead this for a little bit longer. What you're looking for is a nice smooth dough. Now if you've ever made pasta, it's the same thing. You're looking for a nice smooth dough. Now it may take a couple of minutes of kneading this out to get to that point, so be patient, don't hurry it. The results are well worth it. Okay, now our dough is all ready. It has little pieces of the skin of the potato in there, which will be just fine for this. So let's just cut this right in half again and in half one more time. Set that right aside. Now I have some flour here that I am going to sprinkle right on my work surface here. And we're going to begin to roll this out. Now this is really your own preference, how large or small that you want them. Now this will also determine the cooking time, and so if you're in a hurry, you don't want to have these pieces large at all. Be very gentle. Notice as I'm rolling, I'm pushing in the center and then rolling my fingers out so that I get a nice even rope. Because if you're not careful, you may get big air pockets within there, and you don't want that when you're cooking your pasta. Once you get that to the desired length that you're looking for and the width, I like to just use a bench scrape here and cut that into various size pieces. However large or small you decide to cut them, you need to keep them all uniform so that they cook evenly. Now just a fun little tip here, if you want to be really Italian, what you can do is take a fork here, lay it down in front of you, and then you take that gnocchi and you just very gently press down and you roll it down the fork, and that puts that very traditional gnocchi bulge in it there of the fork. Now these are all ready to go into some boiling water. The nice thing about it, that these are kind of like dumplings. They will sink to the bottom of the pan of boiling water, and when they're done, they float to the top. What I like to do, now this is the true Italian. We here in America have a tendency to put sauce on top of our pasta, whereas in Italy, they toss pasta and sauce together. Now I have some heated red sauce here. I'm just going to put that right in there. Just take our little tosser here, toss it all together. Now when you make these, they do need to be served right away. And you could actually have your guests help you make these, for that matter. It's kind of a fun thing. I like to finish them off with a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan cheese and a little bit of freshly chopped parsley. Delicious gnocchi. Oh, it smells wonderful. I'm ready for some dinner. There you have it. I'm Chef Bryan, cooking fresh with Green Giant. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.